everybody, and welcome to TV Break. This is a brand new podcast that we're doing, which is all centered about films and TV and the music that goes within them. I'm Nat. This is Chris, and this is Chloe. We do have one member who's off ill today, but tough luck. And we are the Black Cardigans. In today's episode, however, to start things off flying, we're going to talk about a movie genre, and then we're going to talk about a genre of rock, because we're all rock lovers, as you'll come to realise. Except that one.
You! Not you, Chris!
So today's episode will be delving into the gore of horror, because oh my god, horror is awesome, and if you disagree, why and we're going to be providing everyone with tunes to listen to it and to make your head bop, as well as making your own pieces that will get you absolutely in love with the genre. So let's get into it.
Let's break convention. Let's end the world, let's spark a revolution. Let's end the world tonight. Let's fly away. Now let's take it back. How it feels so, feeling the pain peel off the walls.
So Nat, what's first?
Right. So today's episode is going to have all sorts of crazy things. Crazy! We're going to be looking at horror movies. So I'm going to, in a few minutes, ask you about your favourite horror movies, unless you're a pussy, and then you deserve to die.
No offence, Chris. No offence, Chris. We love you, really.
Spoilers! We're going to be making a cover of our own rock song that has horror elements in it, something that you would expect to hear from it. But we'll be delving into that and giving some more details to it. We're also, going to get into the really twisted, grueling, the monstrosities that really define the genre and tear it to pieces. But before we dig in, I'm going to ask my other lovely members, providing they're not pussies, and ask them what their favourite horror movies are, because, let's be honest, everybody loves a great scare, even if it's My Little Pony. So...
Wait, what? What? Are we still doing horror?
Yeah!
Why are we talking about My Little Pony?
I know kids get scared over that thing. Don't even ask about it. That's why I put it in. Right, so first off, I'm going to start with Chloe. Give me your favourite horror movies. Give me even a TV show. And tell me why. Why do you like it?
Well, I personally am in love with the TV show The Walking Dead.
Who isn't?
Exactly. It's got middle-aged men, crazy death scenes. It's got everything you want in it, and the gore and the horror is amazing to watch. You can go from sitting on the edge of your seat to watching this really lovely family that are in an apocalypse. It's so weird, it's so gory, and it's so funny at the same time. So I love The Walking Dead the most out of every other horror TV show personally, because it's so interesting to watch. Like all these amazing, cool features you get in it. Like they film in Atlanta, Georgia. Last time I checked, not many people actually film in Atlanta, Georgia. Like a lot of people do the Bahamas, Mexico, and The Walking Dead's like, no, Atlanta, that's where I'm having you, you're going there. So it's quite, I would say the filming side of it's very different, and I don't know how much makeup they must go through every single day, but I don't think I have the patience to be Greg Nicotero, sitting there painting this person who's going to be like, zombie, don't think I have that.
I know,
in me.
right? Especially to think how well it's been done since season 1.
Yes.
Did you hear the news about the spin-off that they're doing?
Yes, they're doing a Negan and Maggie one,
They're
which
also
is going to be interesting.
doing one with well, they were supposed to do one with Daryl and Carol, but Melissa McBride doesn't want to come back, so I
I'm
don't
not
know what's
being
going to happen
funny.
to that.
I'm not being funny. I personally don't like Carol. That's probably
that's-
controversial opinion. I know.
Start this one off on a high.
I know. I don't like her. She just. Oh, spoilers, by the way, if you've not seen up to the latest season, which is, I believe, season 11.
Yeah, I should take a giant spoiler warning
Yeah,
on this.
spoiler warning! Boom, 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 boom. Right, no. Basically, I just find her character really annoying because she just seems to be getting everybody killed. So, from her own daughter in season, I believe it was 2.
We're not going to go over the barn again. I will cry if you start talking about the barn, okay? We ain't talking
Cry
about
tears, Nat, cry. Then she just goes off and kills her adopted son later on, which I believe his name's Henry. Got him killed. She's just trying to get herself killed and be the centre of attention. When I'm not being funny, you're in a world of zombies. No one has patience to be dealing with a 60-year-old crazy woman who is depressed. I do not have time for her. And every time she comes on screen, I just turn around. Oh God.
She's very one to the other. She goes from being the abused housewife that you know of in like season 1 to being the badass that you see later on, and then she'll go back for like no apparent reason. She'll just go back, and then she'll go back to being a badass. I'm not saying anything like bad. I'm not like dissing or anything, but pick one.
Yeah.
Stay.
Well, something else I like about The Walking Dead is definitely the music that's in it. So obviously you've got the famous intro, the da 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 da. Like when you hear that, you know you're watching The Walking Dead. That kind of sounded like Stranger Things. That sounded like Stranger Things. Do not quote me. That's another thing. Stranger Things is quite good. Anyway,
Okay, next
That's
season
what
comes
I'm
out soon. Whoop whoop.
something else that I do definitely would like to talk about the music. The music is something I enjoy. I think they've got better with the music as the seasons have gone on. First season, I don't really remember hearing much music. I just remember, obviously, you've got your theme song, which is what you get, and you get the odd little bit of suspense music here and there. But with the recent seasons, I generally think they have improved massively to the point where I'm just there like, damn, you scaring me with that music.
I think the first season, its soundtrack was more based on the silence of how alone you were.
Yeah.
So I think it used that to its advantage, and in a way that became its soundtrack, how silent it was. But then when you heard this odd piece of sound, or the intro came in, it was a lot louder, and it threw you off because you're used to this really quiet world. And then all of a sudden there's boom, a giant sound, boom, and explosions.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
It's terrifying.
absolutely. Anything else? Any other?
I will admit, if you have not seen it, I recommend you watch Hereditary. It is a film on, I believe it's Netflix, isn't it? Have you seen
It
it?
could be anywhere.
Yeah, it's probably every single place, every platform, but I found it on Netflix, and I generally thought it was the most scariest thing in my life. Again, spoiler warning if you have not seen it, but I won't go into too much detail. When something happens in that film, like the little girl, there's a little girl in there, she makes a weird little clicking sound with her mouth. That shit freaks me out. I'm just going there like, oh yeah, he's at scooter. No, not the little girl! No, not the little girl! It's really scary, and the way they use the suspense, because it builds up, the music goes da 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 da, and then silence, and then rah, and I'm like, no, not this.
Oh my!
Yeah, I personally think it's a great film, and I recommend anyone watches it. So
Nice. Okay, now that we're gonna go from our little horror expert
to Chris.
Yeah, Chris, what's your favourite horror movie? Please tell us why. Please.
I don't really have a favourite horror movie because, I don't like the jump scares. That's probably the main reason. But I do like the tension music. It sounds a bit odd, but I like the tension music, but I don't like the jump scares. like, if there's tension music which builds up to the jump scare, I'm alright. But if it's just like a jump scare just like out of nowhere, then no.
That kind of builds it up. You know, it's like when you're watching like someone play FNAF or something. Because like, let's be honest, who really has the patience to play that? You're watching someone else play it, and then all of a sudden you get jump scared. Good old Freddy pops in there. You're like, whoa, bitch,
Sorry,
no.
Markiplier. I didn't know you were in the chat today with us. Sorry. Sorry, Nat. Christ. Anyway, Chris, back to what you were saying.
If I had to pick one, I don't even know if it classes as
Pokemon!
It has
Pokemon!
scarred me from the child.
What?
Coraline.
That is I will agree with him on that.
No way that scarred you.
Scarred me.
Yeah, I
hated
can't
the
watch it
button
either.
eyes.
Honestly, that is probably one of the only acceptable
It's not
answers.
even real.
I don't care if it's real.
Do you want to
It is
know? Do you want
scary.
to know a fun fact about Coraline? Actually,
Please don't tell me.
I think you should know. Do you know the big blue like guy that does all the jumping in the film? Him. Apparently, there's a rumor. I saw this on like those different platforms such as TikTok and whatever. Apparently, he is blue because he survived the Chernobyl blast. And his blue skin is apparently because he's radioactive. Because he has a badge that's like, it looks like the same badge as the people that served helping people get out of the Chernobyl area and the impact zone. So when I read that, I was like, this film's getting a bit deep. I don't think I don't.
It is based on a book.
Oh what?
If memory serves me correct, it is based on a book, Coraline is.
Chris, yeah, I know. I read it.
He's too traumatized to speak, so, you know.
Okay, Chris, why did it traumatize you?
The button eyes. It's like how they went through the vents and it was another build. It's like another family, but it's like not them.
So, don't let your kids watch horror films. That's basically, or Coraline.
The thing is, I watched it when I was younger, and me and my sister, we can't watch it, so I fully understand where Chris is coming from. And my mum's response is to grow up. You're older now, you can watch it. No, mother, it scarred me. I don't want to go anywhere near it.
Personally, I have nothing against the film. I actually like the film a lot. They're making a second one.
They're making a lot of second ones. It's like there's a rumour that they're doing a second movie to Dirty Dancing.
There's no need.
I know that it's not a horror movie, but just whilst
They're
we're on
doing the
the
same for
topic-
Avatar though. They're making a second Avatar. The Avatar was fine as one on its own.
But I do quite like the trailer for it though. It does look quite
It looked nice. It was nice to watch in the cinema.
true. Plus now Avatar has to reclaim its throne as being the, you know,
We're getting
number
very
one
off
box
topic.
office. I know, right? We should probably share that.
Right. Anyway, back to you, Chris. Anyway, what else? Have you seen any other horror films or any TV shows besides Coraline?
I watched a bit of it.
How did that go?
I can't remember most of it. There's only like one or two scenes that I can actually remember.
Stephen King would like words from you.
This is going great, guys. This is going amazingly. Well done.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Right, okay, never mind then. We really shouldn't have asked Chris to do a horror episode with us because he has nothing.
This is amazing. To be honest, I like all sorts of horror movies. I don't really have a favourite. It's because I like bits and bobs from different ones. It's kind of like hard to pick one. Mainly, I kind of stop when it gets too gory. Like, you know, if I can see your intestines go past your knee and all you're doing is look down like this, and you know, you kind of deserve your fate. But I don't want to see your guts either. That's like, just draw a line. That's dirty. That's dirty.
You dirty, dirty dog. That's disgusting.
You gotta draw a line at some point, and at that point, it's kind of like when it becomes too gory. I don't mind jump scares. Personally, I think a good scare is what makes a horror movie really pop. You know, it gives it that extra life. Different subgenres as well. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of found footage, but analog horror is pretty good.
I'm not going to keep nodding because I don't understand a single thing that is saying. Yes, Nat! That is amazing!
For my viewers, if you know what analog horror is, please educate them by bombarding them on our social media pages.
Links here.
Whoop whoop!
I'm just basically cutting Chris's face off, but he's fine. You're fine. aren't
You're not a horror
Yeah.
fan anyway.
That's fine. Just cut his face off. Good.
You can live without a face. Oh, making our own horror movie.
Oh yes, that would be so fun.
That would be, yeah. Right, so now that we've talked about everybody's favourite horror movies and stuff, we're gonna move on. So, as you all know, horror movies are the scariest things to walk the planet. Other than kids' movies, they seem to be just as scary. With thousands of subgenres. Including thrillers, slashers, you even get campy horror, black comedy, you get zombies, monsters, psychological fan footage. There's kind of all sorts of subgenres out there. You know, if you're really gonna look out there, you'll probably find a list about as long as the history of the earth of subgenres. There's quite a lot. And they're all guaranteed to jump scare you and to kind of make you feel afraid. Yes. You know, to jump scare you till Kingdom Come.
But there's history to horror, unfortunately. So, some amazing facts that you may be interested in, you may not be. If you're not, get lost. If you are, stick around. Jump scare! Fun fact about two things that I spoke about earlier, the Hereditary film and The Walking Dead. The actors to the Hereditary film actually now suffer with PTSD from how scary that film is and how horrible it was to make. The leading role of the boy, like he was like a teenage boy in it, he now suffers massively because of how bad it was to film. He was scared, he had night terrors. If that doesn't scare you enough, imagine wanting to be an up-and-coming actor. Imagine being like, okay, your first film was a horror film. Fuck. Christ.
We're retired now, it's not worth it!
It's not worth the pain. But yeah, he is diagnosed with the PTSD and trauma from that film. And it's one film. Yes, he's in other things, but that dude, I've not seen him in anything else since. German haven't. And I've not seen him casted for anything else. So that dude's like, no, I'm good. I'm taking my money and I'm leaving. I don't know.
It's like Poltergeist at this rate.
It literally is. It's terrifying. Well, my other fun and quirky fact of the day is going back to The Walking Dead. Did you know The Walking Dead go through gallons, and I mean gallons, I think it's about 7 gallons of fake blood every single shooting day. Shooting day. Imagine how much that costs. Imagine. Should we all have an estimated number? Grands. I don't know. I don't know how much it's going to cost. But long story short, it's a fucking lot. Pardon my French. But yeah, they have a lot, and I mean a lot of blood. And I'm not being funny. Imagine being covered in it and going for a shower. I just imagine the state of the shower afterwards. I thought that's a horror scene itself. That poor shower. Who's gonna clean the shower? Because I'm fucking not. It's disgusting. I don't know.
Anyway.
And then Chris, you got any interesting facts for us?
Yeah. History.
Chris is like, I had a fact.
Yeah, I did have a fact.
Now I don't have a fact because I'm so traumatized from Coraline.
Yeah.
It makes me cry.
Flashbacks! Flashbacks!
Dun, dun, dun.
Horror's been around for centuries.
Centuries. I only thought it was a new thing. Just me.
But, speculation-wise, or it could be the fact, don't really know, but they're kind of like, they come from like folk tales, like there's vampires, there's like witches, and people believed that back in the day, like about witches and everything, so
I love a good witch.
it's probably
Hashtag
where it
witches
comes from.
forever.
Oh god.
Woo woo.
Pagans of the universe, you know.
I am a pagan! Raise up my pagans! For sure. Anyway, continue.
Now we're gonna start cool, and we're gonna get slated on the internet. Watch cancel culture stop us in our tracks.
Ah yes, Twitter. It's coming for us. They're probably coming for me about the fucking comment I made about fucking Carol from The Walking Dead. So I'm gone. I'm in the ditch.
Yes. Anyway, come on, Chris. Give us facts.
That's just it.
That's like I wasn't paying attention.
And I was paying attention. I just thought there was gonna be more to it.
He's not a horror fan, that.
I'm not a horror fan.
Exactly. Wait until we get to his episode and he's like, musicals!
Oh.
High School Musical! Hamilton! Wicked!
Ah.
What?
Ah.
You with all the musicals.
Ah. Okay.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. And another fact, just to top things off, some critics suggest that horror movies are a vessel for exploring contemporary cultural, political, and social threats and trends. So if to say something bad really happened, like a war or something, the amount of horror movies made about World War II to try and explain what actually happened, or to try and give reason to it, is wild. All sorts. There'll probably be a horror movie in a few years about Brexit, to be honest, but you know, we won't talk about that. They help audiences to understand historical events, to try and get some understanding to it. However, though, the manipulation of horror within them aren't always 100% precise, but they can relate to one particular person, so someone's point of view and stuff.
Lovely, Natalie. Lovely.
So now that everybody's talked to us about their favourite horror movies and stuff, I kind of wanted to bring one into this podcast to kind of give everybody, it's more of a cult classic film that I've picked, but I wanted to give it to everybody to give them something to, like a new movie to introduce them to something new. It has lots of classic rock in it because it was made during the right decade. It's pure 80s nostalgia, and it's horror however, though, it can seem these days to be a bit more campy than actual horror. So this movie I wanted to talk about,
Drum roll, please, everybody.
is The Lost Boys.
Woo! And what is The Lost Boys' Hand?
It's a horror movie made in 1987. Could be sooner.
Or is it 6? Or is it 5? Or is it 4? Or is it 3? We'll never know.
You're making me, 1987. And it was made about vampires.
Oh.
You can go Google the whole plot itself. I am
Edwin Cullen?
No. No.
What is wrong with Edward?
I'm not gonna get into it. Anyway, the name of it was actually based on The Lost Boy from Peter Pan, in case that wasn't 100% obvious to people. And it was an American supernatural black comedy directed by Joel Schumacher, produced by Harvey Bernhard and written by Jeffrey Roman. Yeah, it's a reference to the Lost Boys from J.M. Barrie's stories about Peter Pan and Neverland, who kind of like vampires, if you really think about it, never grow up. Peter Pan is also super shady if you read about it and think about it.
He kidnaps kids.
And they don't grow up.
Because they're dead.
Super shady! The most of the film was shot in Santa Cruz, California.
Ooh, fancy.
And no matter how warm, it was critical and commercial success, grossing over $32 million against a production budget of $8.5 million. Which is quite impressive if you think about it. Probably not breaking any box office records at the moment, though.
No, that's nowhere near anything like the Avengers or Avatar or anything like that, unfortunately.
Nope. The success won a franchise with 2 sequels and 2 comic book series, all of which, if you're really that interested to, you can go find yourself.
Because we're not doing it for you. You thought we were going to do it for you? No. Do I look like your mum? Do I look like your mum? No. That's my fault.
Thomas Newman, who was the composer of the film, he wrote an original score as an eerie blend of orchestra and organ arrangement. If you listen to it, it's kind of very eerie. It hits everything you expect to have in a horror movie. It puts you on the edge of your seat. It constantly keeps you up there. So now that we've talked a little bit about the movie and stuff, and we've explored some about it, we're now going to get into a song from the movie, and this one kind of seems a bit obvious because... Obvious? Yes. Because if you know the film, you will probably already know the song that we're about to pick. and that would be Cry Little Sister by Gerard McCain. It's the main song. Throughout the song, it's like its title song. It was actually made before the film had a plot and everything, and before the composer and the musician actually knew what the film was about. So it's quite cool that way, that it fits, even though it has pretty much nothing to do with the actual plot itself. It wasn't written with the plot in mind. It peaked at number 15 on the Billboard 200, which at the time was a pretty impressive thing, because obviously if you think about the 80s, you just had the invention of MTV, you had to fight against the likes of Madonna and Wham. It's like quite a lot of things, you know. The 80s was a wild time. The original song actually failed to chart, though it charted in Australia and the UK in 2003 when the track was remixed. Kind of like Christmas songs, you know. They do so well one year, and then next year they blow up for about a few times. But you know, other than that, you don't hear them. They don't exist. The track was written before you could see any of the movies, as it was written about the longing for family from a rejection to point of view, and not essentially about vampires. But you know, who cares?
Fun fact. With Nat.
It also, I know, right? It also went on to be covered by Aiden for the Lost Boys sequel in 2002. Also covered by Marilyn Manson in 2018. It was originally meant for the New Mutants before that got put on hold and then released to signal the end of a contract with Fox before then Fox was acquired by Disney, and then obviously now everyone knows that it's part of the MCU. It would, however, though, go on to play the promo for Titans, the TV show.
Everything's just connected.
Everything is connected. The universes are more alike than they admit. And then it went on to be dropped from the New Mutants.
Lovely. That is really interesting, Natalie. To be honest, I'm really eager to hear more, to be honest.
Great. To that wonderful piece. Whoop whoop, whoop whoop. We're going to get into the second half of today's show. So now that we've talked about what horror is itself, person's just sitting there like, oh, I'm dead right now. True horror element. We're going to make a horror movie at this rate, just from what's going on in the room. Now that we've talked a bit about horror movies, we've asked what everybody's favorite horror movies are, we've given everybody a chance to talk. We've given one film, probably grooved out a little bit. If anyone actually listens to this and you don't know what the movie is, you're probably going to see like a spike as it just goes up. Then you're going to look at its popularity, you just see it spike for like a week, and then it disappears off the face of the earth. You're like,
is that right?
way!
You know what I'm saying?
So now that we're actually going over to we're going to cover the rise and fall of classic rock, kind of. And then we're going to create our very own with the added element of horror, because obviously that's what this episode is all about. It's all about horror, and classic rock is amazing and nobody gives it credit.
We're going to break it down and go through every bit of detail so it's easy to replicate. For when you have to do it yourself. So, who's going to start with the great first detail? Shall I go first? Go on, Chris. See, as you've been very quiet this entire podcast.
We're going to give you time to talk. So if you don't talk, then what's the point?
Classic rock songs are known to generally be performed by white male acts
Those white men.
from either the US or the UK.
That's nice. And if you've got time signatures,
I've got this one, Nat. Don't you worry. Most classic rock songs are actually in the time signature of 4/4, and they really last about 4 minutes.
unless your name is Metallica or AC/DC or Guns N' Roses, And in which case, fuck the rules.
Yeah, let's just go up to 7 minutes long because everyone likes it.
That sounded a lot like hours, to be honest.
Anyone else got anything else that we need to talk about? Okay, so where were we? I've just talked about the amazing. This is for Nat. So, Nat. Yes. Future Nat. I'm watching.
You're a dickhead.
Corey, we were just talking about how most songs are in time 4/4 for classic rock songs. Does anyone got any other interesting facts about classic rock?
Composed by the musicians themselves.
Or, so none of this half-hour shit, where people were like, you do that, you do that, you do that, and I'll just sing it all and take all the credit.
They're mainly sung in English. However, these days, like most classic rock songs, obviously it's a very American thing. They're also played by a classic rock formation, so drums, bass, guitar, keyboard, instruments, stuff like that. And they released via a major record label after 1964. They're associated with the album era. Oh, that's beauty. That's quite cool. That's quite cool. And we replicated this, creating our very own original, which everybody contributed to very lovingly. Bass, guitar, brought in a couple of people, and so now we create a very own song that's got classic rock elements, which.
Anyway, some facts about the original. Has anyone got any cool facts? Chris, what did you do for this original?
I played the keyboard.
Okay, and what type of signature did you work in? And what did you do to make it sound the way it's going to sound when we play it?
For the original, I used, well, it kind of changed. So I originally played like a Yamaha piano sounds with like codes, but then the whole idea changed. So it's more like synthy sounds now.
Hi everybody. I did the bass for this original from Nat. I am the bass player in. Have you told him the band name?
Yes, isn't it right at the beginning?
Just pay attention.
It was over half an hour ago. It's okay.
My brain cells left the room at that point. They still have. But I am the bass player for Black Cardigans. I'm also a singer, along with Nat, so I'll be singing and all that. But for the bass, we worked out what bass tab would go great with the song. We stuck to the very classic rock theme, as we should have. With the song, I basically kept in time with the guitar. Normally I like to keep in time with the drums, but our drummer was ill and I was doing the drums and we had to do it separate. So in a recording that we did, are we going to put the recording in this one?
Can do.
Yeah? The recording or just the audio?
Either or. I'll see what
Well,
works best.
Whatever one is appearing in this video right now, I did the drums and the guitar for it, but if you're listening to the audio version, I didn't do the drums for that. That is all by Logic and by our lovely lady here, Natalie. Otherwise known as Dickhead. I love her really. Yeah, same with the drums. I basically did a really simple hi-hat, snare, and kick. Something really simple, nothing too hectic, which is something that's always good to hear when you're hearing good.
Yes. I made the notes for it. I wrote the notes for it because I really like writing them and I find them really good.
She's actually really good at it. Who would have guessed?
I would have guessed. But I wrote them in, and I wrote my notes with more of a horror element in mind. So whilst the song essentially has more a classic rock vibe, with the way that the guitar sounds, the way that the bass is, the way the drums are, the only part that isn't necessarily classic rock itself is the synth. But that's only to add a bit more horror to it. The main horror element was vocals. And I messed around with it a little bit. We adjusted slightly when the guitar came in, mainly just because of how it was done. But it was kind of cool. I thought it was going to be longer than it was. It turned out that it wasn't. But you know, it's cool.
Let's break the stereotypes now.
Exactly.
break
We're,
them.
we're making a classic rock song that doesn't have a whole lot of classic in it. The key is actually typically found in rock songs because I did it in G minor, and most rock songs appear in several different keys. E minor, G minor are the two that I can think off the top of my head, but there's like another couple as well. So I picked a key that was very common, and then I built upon it from there. And then I was like, to you guys, this is roughly what I'm going for. Here's a rough sketch. Here's what I've got, and then with the lovely help of our pianist and our bassist, and then Tay, who would normally do drums for us. I managed to get an idea together, and I thought that was pretty cool. The fact that we were able to do this, and it had gone really well. So now that we've given some facts out, and we were thoroughly bored, we're gonna play the original for you, and we hope that you enjoy it. And we'll be back in a second.
Isn't it sad? Doesn't it make your stomach turn? How the world spins, but they don't notice you are all alone, forever apart. Now I know it's too late. The paint's spilling off the walls of madness. Time as to why don't you breathe now and run for your life? There's always someone there to get us somewhere safe. Get somewhere safe. Get somewhere. Get somewhere. Isn't it sad we're just hanging on by the edge of spring, and there seems too far gone, all alone, forever on. It's too late, the paint's spilling off the walls of madness. Time as to why don't you breathe now and run for your life? There's always someone there to get us somewhere safe. Now it's time to let go, to wash it over.
Cool. Anyway, right. So now we're on to our very last part, the part that's really going to make everyone go whee and roll off their chairs. To spice things up, we're going to add a little game into the end of it, just to give everybody something to do. So, we're going to play charades. Because it's really easy. We're only going to do one go each, because obviously with time. Otherwise, you can end up playing this for hours. You're more than welcome to play your own interpretation of it. I would love to see people tag us in post on TikTok, on Instagram, make their own shorts on YouTube and stuff like that, and hashtag us and tag us and stuff, where you do your own version of this and you take inspiration from us. I would absolutely love it. I would love to see a meme of this video pop up somewhere. That would be wonderful. So right, we're gonna get into it. So who would like to go first? Who's got something?
Why don't we go through the basics of how would you play it?
Okay.
In case people want to play at home and they don't know how. Nat, how do you play charades?
So charades, you think of a word or words. So it could be a movie, it could be a book, it could be a character or anything. You start off by saying what it is. So is it a book? Is it a film? Is it a song?
Oh, I've got one.
If it's a TV show, I don't know. Make something up for a TV show and just let us know. And then you tell us how many words it is. So, I don't know. Say for example, I was thinking of The Walking Dead. So I would go. That caught me coming up. I would go film because it's basically the same thing for film and TV. I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna go 3 words. First one I'm just gonna do that. You can either take it as a break or you can take it as the second one would be walking, and then the third word would be dead. Yeah, basically it's beautiful. It's clearly beautifully demonstrated for us. And then you guys would have to guess what I said. We should probably put a limit on how many guesses you get.
Let's say 5.
So yeah, 5 guesses. And then if someone hasn't guessed it, they'll move on. And then I don't know, whoever wins at the end gets to decide their prize. But I'm broke, so decide I broke for
Let's see how many you can get right and get how many guesses you go through. Because knowing us, we're gonna have to just tell everyone what we are because we're really fucking slow.
That's
Right, who's going
insulting.
first?
Well, everyone's gonna have to go eventually, so it's whoever's got an idea first.
Who's going first then?
I've not got an idea yet.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You can go. You seem to do it. You seem to have fun with this.
Okay, so. Right, it is.
Okay, but what is it? Is like.
Yeah, just wait.
Okay.
Say it.
4.
Cool.
Tap the mic.
ASMR.
Film.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, film and TV. All I think of is scared robot. But that's not 4 words. It's a nightmare. Jump. Step. Please. Squat. Oh, on. Oh, I know the movie. It's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes!
I feel really bad that I got that. I was thinking when you did Nightmare, I was like, 4 words. I was like,
Right, who's next?
I might as well go if I guessed it. Okay.
I'm tired now.
I've still got a bit to go on this. So.
Three words. Film and TV. First word. Case.
Think pronoun.
Oh, bag.
No, that's not a pronoun.
Chloe.
No, that's not a pronoun.
Person.
No, that's not a
What the fuck is a
pronoun.
pronoun?
He, she,
Okay,
it,
okay.
they.
Josh, why are you talking?
They.
It.
Yes.
It.
Yes.
Book. Oh, second word. Sacrifice.
No. Second word.
Book. Stamp.
Found in a book.
Oh. Words.
No.
Letters.
No.
Numbers.
Pictures.
No.
Author.
You guys are terrible at this.
Pages.
Father Christmas. What's in a book?
Pages. No.
No.
Fingers.
It was in a book.
Paper.
Bookmark.
Ink.
No.
CPR.
No. Okay, I'll give you. I mean, technically that was the second and the third word together.
Third word. 2. It. Book. 2. It chapter 2.
Yes.
Oh my god! It
Chapter.
She was going like open the book and
You have chapters in a book.
but we said everything else by chapter. What do you expect us to you? Yes, that is a chapter! Right, a chapter is words, so we got it basically right. Come on, Chris.
Come on, Chris, it's your go. Last one.
Need to think.
Oh, he doesn't know any horror films. This is the worst thing we could have done. Why didn't you Google horror films and go from there? He's like, great idea. I should have done that.
Yeah, that's my idea now.
I might have you know some. I might.
Coraline is not a horror film. Please.
My little pony, skinny and
Oh, that's one word.
Oh,
He's gonna start hopping on all fours like. Nay! Nay!
I've got this one.
Okay.
Apparently it's a horror film.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta like stand up.
Yeah.
I'll stand up.
Put the phone down so like, you know, we can't see it.
Exactly.
I've got to remember this.
Okay.
No phone.
Okay. What is it? Film or TV? 5 words. No.
Jesus.
You're
Okay.
Right, so
First word.
What
Everyone.
is it? Is it like a film or something?
nearly.
People.
It's a film.
Okay.
I think.
People. Humans. Everything.
Everyone.
Atoms. Everything.
Close, but what's
Every-
another word?
Everyone.
Another word, like
Anyone? Anything?
Anytime. Any place. I'll call your name. I'll call your name. Roberto. I actually know what's
Another word.
Everything. All.
all.
Okay, all.
Oh my god, he was on for all.
All.
Okay. All.
Second word. All.
I don't know how to act this one out.
This-
It's
It's on Netflix, right?
yeah, I think so.
All of us are dead.
How the fuck did Natalie get that so fast? He didn't even get to the second fucking word. He was like, oh, all of us are dead. What the fuck, Nat?
It's because it's not English, and the only non-English thing that he would have picked would have been, you know, all of us are dead because it's a TV. Is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a TV show on Netflix, and it came out recently.
Chris. That was fun. I kind of want to do it again.
Well, we can play it next episode.
Oh, fuck!
Well, you know, keep an eye on all our social media to see a hint of our next episode, and we look forward to seeing you then. This is goodbye from me,
Goodbye from Christian.
Goodbye from Chloe.
and we hope to see you next week. We hope you enjoy it. Bye!
Bye, nerds.
Bye.
Bye! Didn't walk by then. Bye!
Nat.
Let's break convention. Let's end the world. Let's spark a revolution. Let's end the world tonight. Let's fly away. Now let's take it back. How it feels so. Feeling the pain peel off the walls. sky and break convention, a revolution.